Okay, so game number 1, really wacky. It was very wacky indeed. So we'll just have to see how this pans out in game number 2. If we get a standard game this time round. So we are spawning down in the bottom right hand corner, playing as the green Protoss for my insanity. This is Blysk. And his opponent spawning up in the top left hand corner, playing as the red Zerg for Exile 5. This is KingKong. Ah! Oh, good mention for the caster reward. I think I've got a hard pick for tonight. It's too early to call just yet because we still have the rest of the series and the finals, but it is it's a good, yeah, I need to give out a caster reward at least for this for tonight, because we've been seeing some wacky games, very wacky, very interesting. So the decision is which games, who deserves it. It's really hard. I must say, this match between KingKong and Blysk is definitely up there, so we'll just have to see. Let's run a command quickly. Okay, so right off the bat, it's not going to be a wacky game like the last one. And it looks like he is going to take an expansion at the right location this time round. Yeah, so at the moment, both players are just kind of talking back and forth about how that last game played out, and Blysk is just trying to figure out how he could have won that. So, oh, actually, Forge follow-up. Now, this is not the normal. Yeah, okay, I'm confused, but I'm interested. I've seen a lot of standard play from both players, but tonight, I don't know why it's tonight, but for some reason, every player I'm casting is playing weird, wacky builds. It's quite exciting to watch, to be honest. And oh, double hatch before pull. He is going to go for this. He could very well get the. Oh, he's going to go for it. The cannon rush. That's fine. Very interesting. He cannon rushed, even though he went gateway first. And yep, forcing to cancel there. Is the probe going to hit down and try and cannon the third? Please do. Oh yes, he is. He's got a probe here. He's going to cannon the third. Oh, the cannons. The cannons. And yep, Zealot being chrono boosted out, and KingKong, he's trying to take bases, but Blysk, he is onto it. He is getting the cannons ready. Spawning pool is about to finish up for KingKong, so he will be able to get Lings out. But oh, Blysk, the cannons, the cannons. This game, I am lacking words for this game right now. We have had Blysk cannon rush 3 bases. Three of the bases that KingKong has tried to take are being cannon rushed. And here we go, a Zealot is here to reinforce, and what does KingKong do in this position? This is just a real crazy. Okay, unless the finals is something absolutely amazing, I think I'm just going to give this the Caster's Award by default, because these games are just so wacky. It's so awesome. Oh man. Okay, so let's get back to base and see what's happening. We do have the Cyber Core going down for Blysk. He doesn't have his Nexus down just yet, and he will be able to start building Sentries and Stalkers when the Cyber Core finishes up alongside the Mothership Core. Creep tumor going down with his node creep. That's cool. Looks like this queen might be taken out by the cannon. Oh, what? Yes, one more shot and it did get taken out. So the natural base can now be taken at the 6.5 minute mark here. Meanwhile, we do have speed. No speed just yet. Should be started up in just a second. And meanwhile, Blysk is going to be taking his natural base. Now we do have a lot of Lings moving out onto the map. They are going to take out this pylon here. So that's going to be... He might be able to potentially supply block Blysk if he takes out this pylon as well. And looks like Blysk is going to get the wall off at the top of the ramp here just to be safe. And he's going to try and wall off down here on the low ground as well. So KingKong's moving out. He's got a lot of Lings moving across the map here. We do have the Mothership Core out, which is going to be essential to hold here, as it will whittle away these Lings slowly but surely. And one Zealot and a... Whoa, cancel. That was an interesting cancel, but I guess he was able to get the pylon up and the buildings down the low ground here, so he cancelled so he could build his 2 gateways down the low ground here. And with the full wall off already set up, KingKong is not going to break through, so very, very good decision on the fly by Blysk there. It was a snap decision and it was the right one. And with the sentry here, it can force field off this gap here, meaning the Lings are not going to get through. So, solid play from Blysk. His decision making is really on point right now. And there we go, he's going to take a third base at this position and just break down the debris. And he's got all these Lings, he might as well use them for something. Oh man, I just realized all the puns that have been happening in chat. That is glorious, guys. Keep it up. Oh, the giggles. Okay, so let's have a look at the situation. We have +1 melee on the way for KingKong, which will help these Lings out quite significantly. We do have additional gas being taken for KingKong. The third base, or the standard third base location is still shut down by these cannons. And we do have a Oracle coming out into play for Blysk. And KingKong, he has not seen this. He has no idea that this Oracle is coming his way, which means there will be no Spore Crawlers now. And no Spores mean this Oracle can get some crazy damage done. Here we go. The Overlords should see the Oracle just in the edge of its sight. The Spore Crawler is going down, but it's not going to be ready in time. And will the Oracle get many drone kills or not? Oh, he's actually going to... He's sitting there. He needs to go to the main where there's no Spore Crawler. There's 2 Queens and a Spore Crawler about to finish up at the third. Oh, this is not where this Oracle needs to go. So he's taking a bit of free damage there. Got a second Oracle out though. And Stalker, Zealot, and Mothership Core moving in. And remember, we still have the proxy pylon. So here we go. Big warping by Blysk. And he's going to try and make something happen here. And he's got a good composition. A lot of Stalkers here. There are very few units out on the map. With a couple of roaches coming out now. And the Oracle's just adding in this extra DPS. Gonna try and zap away at the Queens here. Oh, need to be careful of the Spore Crawler though. Spore Crawler is going to take out an Oracle. One Oracle does fall, but the Stalkers and Mothership Core are decimating the ground forces of KingKong right now. Oh, one more Overlord and KingKong will be supply blocked. And supply block achieved. And more units are rallying across for Blysk here. Blysk loses that Mothership Core, but KingKong is just losing Overlords and this constant supply block. That is so annoying to deal with as a player. It doesn't matter what race. There's been supply blocked non-stop like that. And drones being pulled off the line to try and fight the Stalkers here, but there's a lot of gateway units here, and KingKong's having a real tough time being able to get the units out to defend. And looks like this Roach one might be targeted down. It's nearly down, but not quite yet. And the army of Blysk, he's going to micro back, try and stutter step back and deal with the lengths. The lengths all fall. There's only a couple of roaches left, and the Roach Ron will fall. Alright, so no more roaches means only Lings will be coming out in the production tab for our Zerg player. KingKong is in a big spot above her right now, that's for sure. It's going to be very hard. He's doing a good job trying to get on top of the Stalkers here and trying to engage. But more and more units are being reinforced and warped in. And this army of Blysk, oh, beautiful. Force fielding off the main ramp, preventing reinforcements from the main base to come down. Very nice move indeed. Oh, Stalker's trying to kite back, but there's a lot of creep here for the Zergs to move along, so 30 more links. That's a lot of links being warped in. Not warped in, morphed in. Oh man. So, looks like KingKong might be able to hold, but there's a lot of zealots in this composition, and there's no upgrades for this Protoss army, whereas there's this 1-1 finish for KingKong. The upgrades are really making a difference here, and it looks like KingKong will be able to push this attack back and does surround the Stalkers, and this attack does get crushed. However, back at base, we do have the Robo facility building that Immortal, and looks like he might more get a couple of sentries coming into play. Oh, this game is wacky as hell, but it's a good kind of wackiness. So we have +2 armor on the way for the Zerg units, and a second evolution chamber being put down as well. Roach Rowan was rebuilt, and he does have roach speed on the way. Now we do have 41 drones to 44 probes, so the economy for Blysk is looking really sharp right now, and looks like he's going to just try and mass up an army and go for a 20-minute Immortal Sentry all-in. If he does that, oh please, I hope it's a 20-minute Immortal Sentry all-in. That would be too good. Just absolutely too good. So we have a total of 6, 7, 8 gateways coming down. So this is a lot of gateways being built, and still no upgrades for Blysk. And I feel this might be his downfall. With KingKong getting 2 upgrades on his lanes, they're going to be just so much stronger than the ground army of Blysk here. However, he believes in a thing called Force Field. Force Field is pretty good. Oh, contaminated the facility, so the Warp Prism can't get out. Now that's annoying. Okay, so at this point, it looks like Blysk is going to try and move out onto the map once again, try and get something done. And there's a lot of links here. They're going to intercept the probe there, very nice. Going to deny the forward warp and pylon of Blysk in this upcoming attack. A lot of links wrapping around these zealots here, and the zealots, they don't have the upgrades, so these links are going to be very effective against these zealots, but looks like the links are just going to try and do a run by. However, back at base is fully walled off, and Blysk is not allowed to have a Warp Prism. KingKong is saying, nope, you are not allowed to have that. Nope, not going to happen. And, meanwhile, Force is going down, and a couple of roaches do get trapped here. But most of the army is still intact. And there's no warp and pylons here. This is all Blysk has in this engagement. These lings have done a great job hunting down the pylons and just shutting them down. So, KingKong is in a real strong position right now. Okay, the Warp Prism is out, it's on its way, and once the Warp Prism gets here, we can have reinforcements occur for Blysk. However, 38 links coming onto the map, there is a ton of Zerg units pouring out onto the field, and will Blysk have enough units to be able to just take an engagement here? Oh, the Spine Crawler surround! Oh man, this is crazy. There we go, the Warpins are having, Forces are going down. He needs more Forces, that's for sure, because this is a lot of Zerg. And the Forces are still going down, but the Roaches and Zerglings are just swarming on top of the Protoss army here. And it looks like there's just too much Zerg here. KingKong's macro is just reigning supreme, and Blysk is unable to win this engagement. However, he is able to pick up both Immortals and get out with them. And, is the motion going to go down? Oh, 2 health left. So close. Okay, so 2 base Blysk versus a 4 base KingKong. Things are not looking good for Blysk right about now. He had an awesome opener. He got so many cannons down and denied those bases for so long. But it looks like KingKong has somehow made a comeback into this game and will be able to advance on. We do have one Colossi out on the field and a second in production. Nope, not allowed. Oh man, I'm loving the use of these overseers right now. This is amazing. Blysk is not allowed any robotics units. Alright, so these two immortals did get picked off as the warp prism was sniped, and finally these overseers are taken out, so he can finally build units in the robotics facility. Oh man, this is a wacky game. I'm not too sure what's going on now. But it looks like Blysk is going to try and move out and take a third base, and this army of KingKong is just too large. Blysk is going to try and pin himself into a corner. He needs to put some force fields down straight away. The Colossi, great force field, but the Colossi are going to be targeted down by the roaches, and both Colossi nearly being taken out straight away. Needs to get onto high ground. One Colossi is down, two Colossi are down, and these roaches are going to be able to overwhelm the front door here and just get the win. Oh, and the mutas. Always got to have the mutas. GG, well played. KingKong takes a solid 2-0 victory over Blysk to get into the finals.